Hi everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Dragon Age Inquisition with Fricksauce. We are in the Emerald Grays, running away from all things scary. Yes, I think it's important. If you were with me in the last episode, well, there was a whole lot of dying going on, so I think what we're going to do in this episode is back off from the furthest extremes of the Emerald Grays and head back, excuse me, towards the I want to say easier stuff at the south of the map, but yeah, maybe the easier stuff, and probably need to do a little bit of offloading, selling some stuff, and updating armor and that kind of thing. So we'll do that in some random order, I suppose. Yeah. So, but we have taken down several of the rifts. There were a couple that were not something I was not comfortable beating just yet, apparently, and so so yeah, we'll head back in, maybe get the all-mage crew back together. Since, again, if you were with me in previous episodes, I'd had to go back to Mythal'as to with a rogue and with a warrior in order to pick some locks and knock down some walls, which is something that mages cannot do. So, and I wasn't going to run all the way back and switch out the... So I'm going to switch out the crew, you know, just head back to switch out the crew anyway. So,
let's look around.
Yeah, I was going to say, thought I had a map here. So I was going to get this before we go back. Where is it? Somewhere ridiculous. Gotta go all the way around again. Brr. No, I do not want to fight a burr. Really? Someone picked a fight with something. Oh, here's the bar. Leave the bar alone, and he'll leave you alone. Oh, Belt of Health. I'm pretty sure someone on the team could use that right about now. Of course, it won't let me because we're in battle mode. Maybe we'll see if Dorian needs it. Nice. Got spirit resistance. Oh, it's Vivian. Diary of Troilus Herdubis. A final blood-smeared entry written in a shaky scrawl. The Great Mission. Final test. Learned so much since the first day on that ridge, though I knew enough to try to interact, thought I knew enough to interact with a menace to touch it. This didn't go well. Instruments did nothing. Didn't affect menace at all. We are all doomed. Just gonna lie here for a while.
Looks like he crawled back from the rift.
Yeah. In a bottoms-up configuration there. No, we don't want to bite the bear. Oh, goodness. Normally we would, but we're just gonna take it a little easy right now. We're going to a dead end. No. Bear's not following us, is he? No. Okay. I can't remember if I've already done this Lyrium. Apparently I have. That means there's a camp right there. Alright, what I think we're gonna do is head back into Skyhold. Home sweet home. Isn't it lovely?
Someone...
Hey, boss.
So, see you later, Bull.
Nice talking with you, boss.
Something is troubling me, Inquisitor. Leliana is receiving reports of mages becoming possessed, Templars going rogue. No one is dealing with these matters. I was hoping we might, before they get worse.
We already have plenty to deal with, Cassandra.
The Inquisition will undoubtedly encounter some of these things at any rate. I merely suggest that we are the only ones equipped to deal with them. I will mark these incidents on the map as I learn of them. Do as you will, Inquisitor.
Do you have any advice for me?
Tell that demon, what does it call itself? Cole. Tell it to leave. He may not mean harm, but that does not mean he will not harm us. Spirits are not creatures to take at face value. Be cautious with him, Inquisitor.
That's enough for now.
As you wish.
Goodbye. Carry on, everyone. Carry on. Oh, it looks like we need
Lots of standards. That'll guide the dragon right in.
Yay, scaffolding. Construction report, mixed elements. I'll match best I can, but there are two substructures here. Skyhold was built in stages, or rebuilt. Is this where we want to invest? If it's fallen before, how can we be sure it won't fall again? Jane, foundation repair. 2 words, the Inquisitor. Invest and commit. We are as strong as the will of the weakest of us. Cassandra Pentagast. Kind of sounded like her too. Hey, bumps in.
You're carrying a heavy burden for one so young.
I'll carry it back to Crestwood and kill those bandits. That's what Father would have wanted.
He'd want you to live a good life.
He's dead. You didn't know him.
Well, what do you say to that?
Lady Inquisitor, Bonnie Sims at your service.
Can't see
I
you.
trust good secret was not too coarse. Now that you've come to some good fortune, you deserve an upgrade.
Oh, thank you very
As
much.
master of the tradesman, I stand ready to supply your every need.
Who or what are the tradesmen?
A following of sympathetic and profit-minded individuals who promote local craftsmen and fair importers. A guild of sorts. Although that implies counter-affiliations we are not interested in crossing. Our purpose in the Inquisition is legitimate and honorable. You will have what you need at honest prices.
What do you bring to the Inquisition?
What you need, and more. It takes great coordination to make a remote location seem central. While there is no doubt the boutiques of Valroyo display the grandest of the grand, they do not travel. At least, not yet.
It's a shame Segret didn't survive Haven.
It is, but one must continue.
That's it?
He was a shrewd man, but he was none too pleasant. It was time arrangements were made. I shall make every effort to prove that this is an upgrade.
Why are you a mere merchant if you're the master of this group?
I wish to avoid the suggestion that I am a posturing commander atop a structure of malcontents. It is better to remain active, hands-on. Do you not agree, Inquisitor?
It appears to be my motto, too.
We'll speak another time.
Of course, Lady Inquisitor.
Alright, let's do a little distribution first. She gets around. A little bit of crafting. What up, Blackwall? Nice horse you got there.
This is just... it's something to keep their hands busy. I'm grateful you tracked me down when you did. As exciting as wandering the woodlands was, this is better. It's good to be part of something so important. Something that could change things.
The Grey Wardens are huge and important. You're part of that.
True, but without a blight on the horizon, everything the Wardens do feels like waiting. This, the Inquisition, is what matters now. And I'm grateful to be a part of it. You are who you choose to follow. Someone told me that once. Took me years to understand what he meant.
There's wisdom in that.
It was a chevalier who said those words to me. A powerful man, but never without honor. A true knight. We met as competitors in the Grand Tourney. He left me with that advice before we parted. Put aside his own ambitions to help me win the melee. I don't think I even thanked him.
He must have wanted something from you to help like that.
A
Okay,
pupil,
that's not what I
a
meant by that,
squire.
but okay.
Someone to teach and to mold. He saw my potential. When it was over, he offered to mentor me, to teach me to become a chevalier like him. And I, young and stupid, turned him down flat. I just won the melee at the Grand Tourney. I didn't need him. My life would have been very different if I'd followed him. I regret that. But now I believe I made the right decision after all.
What changed your mind?
You did. Our paths may never have crossed if I'd gone with the old Chevalier. I could never regret this life. Not with you in it. I hope you can forgive me for pushing you away.
Oh, no, it's okay.
I'm sure you had your reasons.
But I can't just ask you to trust my reasons blindly. I owe you an explanation for what I did. And not here.
If it's important to you, then it's important to me.
Thank you.
Very well.
Our mounts have never had better.
Because we're awesome. Ugh, Dracolists. I could never. They're just too creepy. All those teeth. I always, for some reason, I always like the hearts the best. Or they're my favorite mounts. Although, having a nug mount is, a giant nug is, as a mount is, is funny. I always thought they should go slower though, and make more noise. Let's see. And believe it or not, the red heart's my favorite. We'll go with the Pride of Arlathan. No, that way I already have that. Yeah, we'll go with the red. Because I like it.
That'll do fine.
Pretty. Oh, we'll take the freebie, sure. Okay. We will, of course, go pester Cullen.
Majestic. How is a place like this ever lost?
Is there a little viewpoint here? No, I think that's over on the other side. Cullen.
Inquisitor, I've found where the Red Templars come from. Fen'harel Redoubt. The Knights were fed red lyrium until they turned into monsters. Samson took over after their corruption was complete.
How do you know Samson?
He was a Templar in Kirkwall, until he was expelled from the Order. I knew he was an addict, but this... Red lyrium is nothing like the lyrium given by the Chantry. Its power comes with a terrible madness.
Samson's armor was glowing with the stuff. He'll go mad soon enough.
He seemed clear-eyed at Haven. Even so, the deluded commander is no less worrisome. The Red Templars still require lyrium. If we find their source, we can weaken them and their leader.
Where do we begin?
Caravans of red lyrium are being smuggled along trade roads. Investigating them could lead to where it's being mined. If you confront them, be wary. Anything connected to Samson will be well guarded. As leader of the Inquisition, there's something I must tell you.
Whatever it is, I'm willing to listen.
Right. Thank you. Lyrium grants Templars our abilities, but it controls us as well. Those cut off suffer. Some go mad, others die. We have secured a reliable source of lyrium for the Templars here. But I no longer take it.
You stopped?
When I joined the Inquisition. It's been months now.
You've never complained.
Why would I? I chose this. After what happened in Kirkwall, I couldn't. I will not be bound to the Order, or that life any longer. Whatever the suffering, I accept it. But I would not put the Inquisition at risk. I've asked Cassandra to watch me. If my ability to lead is compromised, I will be relieved from duty.
Are you in pain?
I can endure it.
Thank you for telling me. I respect what you're doing.
Thank you, Inquisitor. The Inquisition's army must always take priority. Should anything happen, I will defer to Cassandra's judgment.
Now, one of my previous playthroughs as a Kunari warrior, I did explore the temporary taking of Lyrium, you know, where she says one of the options is to say, you know, take it for now so it doesn't interfere with the Inquisition, and then we'll figure something out later. And I think this story allows you to wean him back off of it afterwards, you know, after Trespasser and such. So, but I always do like to follow the support of him coming off of Lyrium. I like his reasons for doing it. You know, it's not comparable to our modern day drug addiction, because this is as part of the lore. Lyrium is something that makes the Templars what they are. It enhances their abilities, but it doesn't make it any better for them than modern day drugs do. But there was a purpose behind it and a reason, and it was part of the job and all of that stuff. So he definitely has some foundational reasons for stopping. So I always like to support that. I just like that storyline a little bit better. I like that all of those options are there, that Bioware put them all in. I think that's incredible.
My dagger was gone. Just gone. Know where I found it? In a barrel. The thing was filled to the brim with daggers. Got the strangest feeling. I know someone took it right off my belt, but I can't recall who.
Cool. The view of the troops. As grand as Skyhold is, it will not hold the Inquisition. No keep holds the whole of its army. Keeps hold the leadership, the core. The army is further protection for the vital heart. Preparations begin for the forces traveling now. They have heard the call. We will be ready to welcome them, although the valley will seem empty at first. Sir Drummond, assistant to Sir Morris, quartermaster. Yeah, and I don't know how many people look down, but if you've ever looked down, you can see all the tents on the river, and then the watchtower out there. That's some cold living right there. Cold living. I never looked down. There's a wee little balcony. Hardened Hightown. Okay, I'm not reading the Hardened Hightown ones. Don't get me wrong, I like them, but I always end up reading them out of order.
Something like that. What are you doing?
Listening. Eyes rough, jangling armor hurts my ears, back aching, fingers too clumsy for knots. Wind cool like Aunt Eloise's pond, lips scalded as I sip, warmth blossoms, first kiss in the barn, what was his name? Tin jangle as the blood spills, Pierre's wrapped body on the wagon to the chantry, 5 more minutes, my fault.
Can you listen to anyone's mind like you did hers?
No, they have to need me. Pain, fear, sadness, guilt, anger, hurt. Things I can fix.
Can you do something for her?
Yes. It's okay. Nothing you did mattered.
What? Who are you?
They lie there, and sometimes they die, just like Pierre. You can't save them.
I don't know who you are.
Wait. That didn't work. Let me try again. You'll forget me in a minute. You can't save all of them.
What?
Like Pierre getting sick after you snuck out to Aunt Eloise's pond. You want it to be your fault, so there's a reason and it's not so frightening. But there is no reason. Pierre just got sick. The soldier was never going to live. It wasn't your fault. Better.
She doesn't blame herself anymore?
Not as much. It was bouncing around inside her, closing up into a ball of wrong. Now it's open. She'll get it out.
Well done.
Thank you for letting me help her. It's not how a person would do it. But it helped. That's what matters.
Now I am not where I started.
I'll ask around again tomorrow.
Party.
Thank you.
Herald's Rest. Place for all in service here, to rest, recoup, and persevere. The ways the heart remember best. Your saving grace and the Herald's Rest. Graham.
Inquisitor. That's got a good ring to it. We're happy to be here, your worship. You need anything, let me know.
Can we talk about the Bull's charges?
Certainly. What can I tell you?
Have you had any other interesting jobs?
Storytime with
This
Grim.
Orlesian guy paid us to clear out some bandits who'd taken over his mine. We got in, took down most of them, and had just reached their leader when the mine collapsed around us. Turns out the bandits were working for the Orlesian guy, and he wanted to cover up their agreement. The bandits passed around shovels. We all got to digging. Tracked a lot of dirt into that Orlesian's bedroom.
We'll talk later.
Right.
Don't talk to me.
That's why.
Hey, boss.
Or apparently
See you later, Bull.
won't talk to
Nice
both.
talking with you, boss.
Not completed. Archery contest, set or 8. All challengers welcome. Sister Liliana to judge, except Varric and Bianca.
Thank you.
So,
Inquisitor.
And you are?
The bartender. Cabin?
Just the bartender?
You were expecting...
Well, welcome to the Inquisition.
Thank you. Welcome to the tavern.
What's the current mood?
Scorn.
scorn.
What's the word out there?
7 people want your minstrel dead. They'd settle for smashing her loot, but they're afraid she'd sing about it.
I don't think I've heard that response before.
As you were.
Inquisitor.
Bartender.
I hope I can help somehow. Maybe cleaning?
Oh, Inquisitor, I joined. Sutherland, your worship. I saw some bandits, so I came to warn people. I'll let your warriors know and then stay out of the way.
Very well. Carry on.
You heard?
Of she who stands behind the throne.
I perhaps cast a shadow across it.
Nobility do not properly understand the word witch.
Mm-hmm. Talking about Morrigan.
He hates it all because of the darkness behind the door. Some doors should stay shut.
Can you explain how your mind works?
Yes?
And...
Walk me through the way you help someone.
I start by listening. I hear hurt, feel it fretting. Some you can solve by giving something, food, a blanket, sleep. Some are intangible, terrible tangles that catch on a crack, fixed, festering, and the person makes a pearl of pain. I shake it loose. No pearl, no pain. They can hope, they can heal.
What do you sense when you focus on me?
You're too bright. Like counting birds against the sun. The mark makes you more, but past it, you reach across. Mindful, meaning. You pull it through to this side, make it real here. And past that, the weight of all on you. All the hopes you carry, fears you fight. You are theirs. It must be very hard. I hope I help.
Sometimes you say things that relate to other members of the Inquisition.
They remember me. Their eyes stick, some more. They want me to be. Varric is quiet inside. He pulls me more to hear, makes me a person, calls me kid, a friend. Solace, bright and sad, observes and accepts. Spirit self, seeing the soul, soulless, but somehow sorrows.
I'll talk to you later.
Probably. He is quiet behind the noise. The little bottle makes him shake, but he tests the chains.
I've heard about some oddities here in the keep. Was that you?
Yes. Maybe. What was it?
Someone found a barrel full of misplaced daggers. Was that you?
They were safer there.
Let's talk about something else.
All right.
The servants are having trouble remembering some odd events. Someone is leaving peeled plums on the windowsill. It's attracting flies.
Spiders need to eat.
I'll talk to you later.
How do you know?
Good question, I guess. Well, at least Cole came with his own stuff. Didn't have to go find it.
No, they don't. It's just what I heard.
Sarah's cabinet of wonder whose it was. Delivered one cabinet suitable for a lady's curiosities, if resources should be spent on such things. Sir Morris. Below, a comment and journal entry by Sarah, also doodles of Sarah with her tongue out. Eat it, Morris. Stuff needs a place. Stuff. Banner, circle, soft. Lizard, scratched out. Rough and weird. Holla, fake. Real ones stink. Cards, little worlds. Goblet, fancy cup. Cup. Shit, goblet. Bottle, warden, strong. Bottle, to Vinter, piss weak. Stupid sword, there's a small blood stain. Silk, bolts, not arrow bolts. Soft, make something. I think that minstrel Meriden is chatting me up. Song is creepy.
Hey you, I have an Inquisitor favor to ask. Just a little thing really. A little march around for some of your people. It's nothing for you, right?
All right, let's hear what you've got.
Jump right in, huh? I like that. It's a Red Jenny thing. I got a tip that some noble stiffs are arguing over Verschel. Land swap. They're getting little people beat up, so I need you to go to your big table and send some people to walk through town.
Just walk through.
Just walk through. Easy, right?
Yeah, we're gonna skip all that.
All right, Sarah. I'll have someone look into it.
It's fun, right? Being important without doing a thing. Well, not much of a thing. Not everything has to be torn skies and ancient arseholes. Every little thing makes a difference somewhere. Demon armies and wardens, and Varric has exactly who we need. The big talker just knows everything.
What do you think about the people who have gathered?
Again, with your people. Right, which ones?
What about Solus?
Solus? His head's crammed up 1,000 years ago.
Anything to say about Varric?
Varric? Too clever. Always saying something, but never saying it straight.
Kind of sounds like someone we know. Sarah.
Thoughts on Iron Bull?
He makes me wonder about things. I mean, what do their women look like? Woof.
What's your opinion of Vivienne?
She's a bitch, but she knows. She better.
Thoughts about Cassandra?
Not as buttoned up as she plays, right? Tough, though. I'd stand behind her in front of anything.
What about Dorian?
He's fun. Could lose a bit more to Vinter.
What about Cole?
I'm not saying nothing about that. That thing is just wrong.
Any thoughts about Warden Blackwall?
He's too good, right? I'd like to see him out of that uniform. Not like that.
What do you think about our Spymaster, Ambassador, and Commander?
Liliana is pretty in places. Swear I've seen her too. Or heard she used to play. But that'd be mad. Now Josephine, she's as good at humbling her kind as I am. Just with less mess. Knows her business, if you have to have it. And Cullen. I suppose if you want a jackboot, you get a big one so you can grow into it. Nice hair, though.
Tough.
We'll talk later.
Good, right? I'll be here.
Someone emptied a whole bag of turnips into the fire. Ah, Maker, the smell is everywhere. I was going to use them for dinner and then... Oh, I can't recall who took them.
Honored, Inquisitor. Gotzi Sturhalt. Did my part on the walls. Now I'm on this strange collection you've brought us. Don't know its worth to the fight exactly, but it's good workmanship.
Any ideas about the origins of these reliefs?
To Vinter, early. It's in the tool marks, the grain. That's hard dust mined from the 100 Pillars, if I know anything. Oh, I suppose the scene is probably full of Tevinter robes, too.
The 100 Pillars?
Damnedest things. Massive spires that aren't stone. It's like a mortar. Don't know more than that. Strong, though.
Do you have insight into the stories these tiles are supposed to depict?
Tell you what. You finish one, and I'll write it up. Who better, right? A good dwarven perspective.
Right on.
Where did you learn your skills?
Orzammar. Carved a few statues in my day. And before you ask, yes, I chose to leave. I carved a paragon who turned out to be a sodding madwoman.
Bronca.
Couldn't stand looking at it. The memory of a dwarf, right?
Right.
Another time.
Best of the vein, Inquisitor.
Need something?
I read your Tale of the Champion, and I have a few questions.
That's a pretty common reaction. Go ahead.
In the book, you say that first Enchanter Orsino turned himself into a giant monster made of corpses. How? Why?
Do I look like an expert on magical weirdness to you? Well, I can't tell you how. For the why, all I can say is he was desperate.
There's no way Hawk really could have killed the Arashok. It would have started a war with the Kunari.
I was told later that the Kunari disavowed his actions. Apparently the Arashok didn't get permission before he attacked Kirkwall, and the Qun didn't want another exalted march. When they finally sent a ship to haul the wrecked dreadnought away, they just said, "We will never speak of this again." As far as I can tell, that's the Qun's version of an apology.
Where are the rest of Hawk's associates now?
Merrill decided to look after the elves left homeless by the fighting. She's done a pretty good job of keeping them away from the mages and Templars, so far. I guess she has plenty of practice avoiding stupid human battles with her old Dalish clan. Fenris has kept himself busy, hunting down the Tevinter slavers who came south to prey on the refugees. I'm not sure exactly where he is at the moment. You can usually follow the trail of corpses, though.
Oh.
Isabella went back to the Raiders.
Always
She's calling herself an admiral now. I don't know if she's actually in charge or just has a really big hat. Might be the same thing, honestly.
Big hats are very
Sebastian
important.
went back to Starkhaven. I'm sure he's boring all sorts of people there.
Yes.
Hawk's brother Carver is still in the free marches, helping the Kirkwall Guard keep order. Aveline is still guard captain. I'm pretty sure Kirkwall would fall into the sea if she quit her job.
It would. Uh-oh. It is time to judge people, but we're gonna go start some quests. Yay! Inquisition Berg! Oh, what do I want? I don't know. Ooh, that could be handy. Second tier focus effects for abilities can now be triggered. No. Got all this schematics, so didn't have to worry too much about that. Underworld knowledge. Alright, what have we got? Nightingale. Our operatives harassed the enemy and created enough confusion for the Dalish to withdraw safely to a more defensible area. After investigation, your suspicions were correct. These are bandits in name only. Though they wear no colors, they are mercenaries, bought and paid for by Duke Antoine of Wycombe himself. It is unclear what caused Antoine to turn on the Dalish, but he should not be trusted. In public, he fully supports the Inquisition, even pledging gold to our coffers, but he has a private agenda, currently unknown. I can continue gathering information, but suspicions in Wycombe are high after the bandits ran into trouble, and any sabotage inside the city runs a high risk of detection. Juster. Lady Inquisitor. That went far better than I'd expected, to be perfectly honest. The help your people provided led us to 4 spies, one of whom worked in the kitchens and may have been plotting my assassination. Incontestable proof that this cult and its leaders are enemies of Ferelden. I owe you a great deal, Inquisitor, and hope that my support is meaningful in your opposition to these cretins. Queen Enora Theron. Oh, a medal of service. Thanks. Thanks. Could have sent money, but that's great. Alright. Search for the Hack Writer. Gain Orzamar's friendship, specializations. Oh, yeah, we'll probably do those, eh? And let me get that started, because I always end up getting way too far through the game, and
at your service.
I haven't like gathered all the materials and stuff. Alright, so we'll bring those in. Conscript for the Inquisition. This one. Yeah, we got the word out to everyone we could, but some cells were too remote to reach. We'll need the Inquisition to contact them, at least to let them know the Templars are gone. They are gone, right? Okay, so likely afraid to come out of hiding. We can send a few non-Templar soldiers to protect the mages on their way here. And Leliana will send agents with the Mage from Redcliffe to persuade them. And we'll ask the Benorn for help. I think if I were a mage,
Let's see what we
want to
have.
hear it from a mage. According to Dorian, while most Venator mages are not Venatori supporters, they will also not raise a finger to prevent the Venatori from wreaking havoc in the south. There are some, however, who see the cult for what it is, and are trying to expose it. A Magister contact inquiriness by the name of Mythal'as Telani is attempting to introduce a law in the Imperial Senate which would see Venatori activity sharply curtailed in Tevinter. Dorian suggests that quiet Inquisition support of Mythal'as would be beneficial and ultimately could drum up support from other Magisters fearful of what Corypheus represents. This is 4 hours. Oh my goodness. He's not participating there, and he seems
Inquisitor.
best suited for that task. Let's give something to Cullen. Yeah. Commander, we have verified Sarah's claims about Verschiel. Several displacements of refugees were deliberate, and what appears to be an attempt to destabilize land claims. While there would be no direct gain for involving the Inquisition, increasing our presence could have unexpected results. In any case, it is a trivial matter to divert troops to march through the city. And I let
Inquisitor.
him take care of that. Power to open up a few things. Yes, I think I have. Hawk has revealed that Corypheus can influence the minds of Grey Wardens. If the Darkspawn bring them under his sway, he'll command a legion of highly skilled warriors. The Inquisition must hunt down Hawk's Grey Warden ally hiding in Crestwood to learn about the other Warden's plans. No one has traveled to or from Crestwood since the breach, and Leliana will send her fastest agents to discover what disaster has rendered it silent. Hastily scrawled note received by messenger bird. Inquisitor, Hawk's warden friend is somewhere here. Disappeared before we could talk to him. He's good. Be careful on the road. Lots of undead. People here need our help. Explain more once you're here. Harding. Not now. I shall think all of these are unlocked. This one can be unlocked. Liliana's spies have discovered orders from the Venatori high-ranking commanders. A large number of mages are traveling westward to excavate something of great value to our cause. The Inquisition must find whatever its enemies are searching for. The region is vast, but Liliana is ready to put her network to use in tracking down Corypheus' minions. Venatori are camped in a place known as the Hissing Wastes. They are working their slaves to death digging old buildings out from the sand. The Inquisition should step in quickly, because if it doesn't, I'm going to bash the Venatori's head in, and you'll need a new scout. Lead Scout Harding. Not now. Just want to unlock it. Okay. That is good. That is underway. I guess we'll go talk to our teachers. Instructors, masters, whatever.
Of course.
Actually, I think what we'll do is we'll go ahead and end things here, unless this episode be really, really long. Next episode we'll check out these guys and maybe actually do a little bit of crafting, which we'll speed through, so we can get back on the road. Maybe back to the Emerald Graves, or perhaps, perhaps we'll check out Crestwood. Yeah, maybe we'll check out Crestwood, because everybody loves undead. Zombies are in. So, I will say, Auf Wiedersehen. Don't forget, please, to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next episode.